it can get a bit overwhelming when it comes to all the different content that's out there. So Apple have, getting classic Apple style, giving you the best possible solution for that. So you can access this by either pressing the button on the remote here, or you can access this by going to the actual Apple TV app. But just by pressing that tiny little button there, what that does is that opens up Apple TV on the TV itself, which is phenomenal. So what you've got in here is not only all your Apple TV Plus content, but you've got all the content that it pulls from different services. So if you want to watch The Simpsons on Disney Plus, if you would like to watch, The Boys from Amazon Prime Video, if you're heading to All 4 to grab the best of Friday night dinner, then you can do that really simply, really easily from one place. And as I mentioned, that ties in with not only Apple TV Plus, you can, I'm loving The Morning Show right now. It's a tremendous program. You should definitely check it out once you grab your Apple TV 4K. It's so good. But it's one place where you can find all that content that you're looking for as well. And it ties in all the best from all these different services and different apps. So it kind of shows you only what you need to see. And for me, I think that's tremendous, because quite often I'll go into one app and get stuck there looking for something. And then, I'll forget about all the different services. I'll forget, I've also got Disney Plus, or, I've also got, Netflix or Apple TV Plus. So the really cool thing about this is you've got, as you can see, best of MiFi, best of all 4, best of the ITV hub, and then so much more. So it's a really nice place to collate all those different things that Apple has to offer across all those different setups as well. So when it comes to entertainment, it is almost best bar none. But we'll talk a little bit about gaming as well, because if you don't know, with the Apple TV 4K, you can do some amazing gaming on this as well. So the best thing about this is not only is it your 4K HDR, like phenomenal entertainment device for things like movies and videos and your own photos and continuing the music, but you've got the power of the App Store there. So the App Store we know because we love downloading certain apps, we love downloading different games. So let's have a look at a couple of my favourites. But first, what we'll do is we'll hook up a controller. So if you don't have a controller, or you're thinking, I need to buy the TV, then I need to buy the controller. With this, you don't. You can use existing Bluetooth controllers. All you need to do is head over to the settings app on the device. Then you can head into, I believe it's in remotes and devices. And then within there, what you can do is you can add on different remotes and different devices as well. So you can add in your own Bluetooth controller. So for example, if you have an Xbox controller, if you have a PlayStation controller, you can add in all of those, and it has a very nice way to show you how to pair those as well. So we're going to connect up an Xbox controller right now, and you can see we just need to press the Xbox button to turn off the controller, and then press and hold the connect button for a few seconds, which here is just on the top, so we'll go ahead and do that. And then once we've done that, it should appear under the other devices section, and that means we can connect to our TV with our fancy Xbox controller. So we can have that phenomenal experience regardless of where we are. As you can see, we've already tried it with the PlayStation controller as well, and we can play a whole bunch of games on that, which is phenomenal. So I'm absolutely loving how well you can do the gaming and stuff, and hopefully we'll get this one connected, but I think our controller might be dying of battery just now. So we'll grab our PlayStation controller in just a few seconds to see if we can get that up and running. But let's talk about the games you can get, because not only can you download games from the App Store, you've also got something in here called Apple Arcade. And with Apple Arcade, what that delivers to you is some really cool stuff. So Apple Arcade is a service in which you can go ahead and subscribe for one low monthly cost. You can get a 1 month free trial, which I'm loving right now. Much like your Apple TV app can show you some really cool ways in which you can continue the game, continue the experience on, which is phenomenal. But it gives you access to all these different apps. So there's no payment required, for all these different games. There's no in-app purchases. If you want to pay one low monthly fee and get all of that included, much like you might do with your streaming platform, it's not like you sign up for Apple TV Plus and then have to buy all the movies. You get all the movies included. So with this, it's much similar. The two that I'm loving now is one called Sneaky Sasquatch and one called Hot Lava. So we've already paired our PlayStation controller, which definitely has battery in this one, And we can actually use this to control the TV, as you can see by the controller connected up there as well. So we can navigate around just with the PlayStation controller or the Xbox controller if we wanted. But we'll jump onto Hot Lava to give you an idea as exactly what's going on here. So this one's really cool because it kind of gives you that childlike experience of the floor is lava just in the game. And the cool thing about this is you are now gaming on a device which doesn't have, doesn't have that console experience. It's not another thing you need to go out and buy. You can play it with everything that you've already got. And you can see there, you can also play it by holding your Apple TV sideways. But we want to get that console experience, so we grab our PlayStation controller just to get in there. And what we'll do is we'll load up and start playing. We won't go too long, but just to give you an idea as to how exactly this works. So what we can do is load up here. We'll just go ahead and skip that. And then we can navigate around, and what we'll do is we'll jump onto one of the levels. And the cool thing is like you don't need to be like a massive gamer to play a lot of these games. They are fairly simple, but the power you've got in here is pretty tremendous as well, because you actually get the A10 Fusion chip, it's called, from Apple, which, if you don't know, is the same processor that they have in some of the iPad Pros. And the iPad Pros, while not a gaming device, are phenomenal for gaming. So definitely, like, some amazing power in here. And I like the fact that Apple not only utilises that to give you the best in clarity with your 4K HDR, but also the best in gaming as well. So we'll play a little bit of this level to give you an idea. So we've got the floor is lava here in the game called Hot Lava. This is part of your Apple TV subscription, so I definitely recommend if you are wanting to take advantage of Apple TV, definitely grab on the Apple Arcade subscription as well. And these are all games which you can play on your phone, but I would recommend taking it to that big screen experience. Grab yourself a controller, sit back and play on your TV, and that's what happens when you die. So that one's pretty nice. Gives you that childlike experience of the floor is lava, but more realistic as well. And there's also a super cool one called the Sneaky Sasquatch as well, which is pretty cool. But they both provide you with an amazing, like, all-round brilliant experience, and you can access those by going to your Apple Arcade or straight from the app screen as well, much like your phone would be. So those are two that I recommend, but I've not actually played them all. There's a ton of different games out there that you can actually play around with, check out. And I mean, remember as well, what we're talking about here is not a gaming device. This isn't a console that you have to go out and buy. This is the device that you'll sit underneath your TV. It's super tiny, but you can still have that top tier gaming experience as well. So you're not limited just to, some rubbish gaming experience. You're actually getting a really nice, like, full quality gaming experience. And as you can see, we're gaming here, but we've had no hiccups, no slowdowns, no lags, and that's all thanks to the A10 Fusion processor as well. So this one is a really nice game. It's pretty simplistic, and there's not anything super bad going on here, but it's a really nice little game where you play as a Sasquatch, and you'll need to navigate around and go to the campsites and stuff like that. But it is super handy, and you can talk to little animals and stuff. So it is a very cutesy, like, nice game that you can go and play. Here we're talking to a raccoon, for example. He's going to give us a backpack. I quite like the look of that blue one, so go ahead and grab that. And then what we'll do is get shouted at for going down here by some woman who's not allowed me there, which is pretty upsetting. But it's amazing that you can do gaming just from this device as well, which is pretty cool. So I just got chased out there, which is lovely. But it goes a little bit beyond that as well, so you can get all the best content, you can get some amazing games on there as well, but you can also get some really, really cool apps. And this kind of takes it to a bigger, better experience. So we'll head back to the home screen of the Apple TV. And what we'll do is we'll show you one of my favourite apps, which is called Kitchen Stories. So with Kitchen Stories, this is all about getting some amazing recipes. So there's a ton of different, like, phenomenal recipes that you can check out as part of Kitchen Stories. And it will kind of show you a really simple way how to make stuff. But for me, what I like to do is just sit and watch for ages all these different food recipes. You can even search as well, and find whatever it is you're looking for. So let's say we are looking for, we'll say, some miso, because I've got some Japanese on the brain right now. So let's say we're looking for a nice miso recipe. We've got miso roasted tofu with sweet potato. That sounds amazing. We can load that up, and again we'll get a whole bunch of content that's in 4K HDR, which is amazing. So as you can tell, it looks phenomenal. It's definitely making my life more. But the cool thing is this is just an app which we can use to give us some inspiration as to what we're getting for dinner, or this could be an app that we can use to kind of follow along to a certain degree as well. You've all seen the Facebook videos that are quite like this. You've all seen the YouTube videos. Literally just wasting hours on that one thing, which is pretty cool. But maybe you don't want to use the Apple TV for entertainment right now. Maybe you don't want to have all your focus on it. There's some nice things that you can get as well. So whether it's the apps like the 4K fireplace, like crazy, you just have a big beautiful fireplace in the middle of your living room as well, which has this nice crackle to it. Just looks really lovely, nice for setting the atmosphere. I think Netflix has some similar stuff as well if you don't want to download a separate app. But Apple gives you these amazing 4K wallpapers as well. So all you do is press a little button here, and what you've got is now these amazing like slow moving aerial shots, and they can be things like the world, like you can see here, or they can be like city nightscapes and stuff like that, and they change up so much and they're all really lovely. So when your Apple TV 4K is not in use, this is exactly what you'll see, and all this content is in 4K HDR as well. And you might be thinking, like, what is 4K HDR? What does that mean? So just to give you an idea of what 4K is, because it kind of is like a buzzword that people tend to say a lot, but you might not know what it means. It basically is about the amount of pixels that are on the screen at any one time. So the quality here, you might know of HD, high definition. This is 4 times the clarity of that. So this is 4 times as clear. More pixels means better. 4K is like the next standard going forward. So for example, if you want to use your Netflix device here, you've got a whole bunch of Netflix content that's available in 4K HDR. If you want to use, Apple TV Plus, all of the content on that, every single piece of content is in 4K HDR as well, which is phenomenal. And you can even use the power of the Siri remote to find you that 4K HDR content. Now the HDR section just relates to high dynamic range. That means you'll get amazing colour whether you're looking at the shadows or whether you're looking at the highlights and stuff like that. You won't have anything that's overblown, you won't have anything where there's no details. It'll all be really nice in one. And if you want to try that out, all you can do is, again, with this Siri remote, and Siri, the same Siri that you've got on your phone, she can do so much. So the cool thing about this is you can actually ask Siri to find you that 4K HDR content. So you can say, show me HDR movies. And what she'll do is she'll find us a whole bunch of movies that are available in HDR. So if we are looking for any of these, we can view them in that amazing HDR content. Or if we're just looking for 4K, I can say, show me some 4K movies. And what she'll do is she'll bring up some phenomenal 4K movies. Again, she can bring this from a whole bunch of different stuff, whether it's Disney Plus, whether it's Amazon Prime Video, whether it's My5, or whatever content that has it on there, you can view all in the best possible image. So the 4K HDR element, it's kind of like a buzzword, but it's so important, especially if you've already got yourself a 4K TV and you've not got one of these, you're just not taking advantage of it, so it's almost like a must-have. So, you've got the App Store. Apple has a bunch of different, developers that develop stuff for that App Store as well. So you've got some phenomenal apps. Like we've just shown you a small handful, but there's so much to explore there. And again, with Siri on here, you can do some really phenomenal stuff. So if you have, you want to find out the weather, maybe you've got some plans, you can ask Siri, what's the weather today? And even though I kind of started there a little bit, she nailed it absolutely perfectly. So she can tell us what the weather will be for exactly where we are. We don't need to tell her where we are. We don't need to tell her anything like that. We can ask her, for football scores. So we can ask for the last Chelsea score if we wanted. We could ask it for pretty much any content that you could ask Siri on your device. We could ask it for a great restaurant that's nearby if we wanted, if we were just, deciding where we wanted to order a dinner from. We can do a whole bunch of really cool stuff. And if you have a setup that perhaps you've got some smart bulbs or some smart plugs, then what you can do is control all of that with your TV remote as well. And I mean, let's face it, your TV remote, you've always got it with you. So if you're perhaps trying to set the mood and you want to turn off all the lights, or if you've got fancy bulbs and you want to set them to a different colour or something, then you can ask Siri to do the same as well. So it is some really, really cool stuff that you can do with the Apple TV 4K. But the best part is this links in with all your different Apple products. So we kind of showed that with the Apple Music element, we showed it with the Apple Photos element, but you can even bring that Apple TV app to your own device as well. So not only can you take advantage of the Apple TV Plus, you can also, continue watching what you want to on your iPhone, pick up exactly where you were from all of those, whether again we're talking about that Disney Plus, whether we're talking about Amazon Prime Video, whether we're talking about all four, like all those different services can be used with the Apple TV app. And probably my favourite part about it is that when you go to input any text on your Apple TV, what will happen there is your phone will say, are you trying to type on Apple TV? Use your phone keyboard. So instead of you having to swipe around, and the swipe gestures are pretty cool on this, but instead of you having to swipe around on this nice little swipe pad, which I'm loving, and it's very responsive as well, but instead of having to do that and click and then go back and click, what you can do is use it on your phone. Your phone is a full-size keyboard. We're all, thumb warriors when it comes to typing on the phone, but also you could press the Siri button and dictate. So if your password is password, you could say PASSWORD, and what Siri will do is pick that up perfectly. But again, you've got your phone, it's probably in your pocket anyway, so you can whip that out, start typing immediately with your iPhone, and that's with any iPhone, whether you've got the fancy iPhone 11 Pro Max, which is phenomenal, or whether you are looking at the iPhone 7, which is the cheapest iPhone we've currently got on our network as well. So some really cool stuff, some really nice blending between all your different products, which I love, but we've got some phenomenal deals on these as well. So as I mentioned, you can currently bundle the Apple TV 4K not only with the amazing 4G home broadband, which you can get at a nice introductory offer. So this won't always be the price, so definitely grab it if you don't want to miss out. You can get it from just £29 today, and then £27 as your monthly cost, or you can opt for our 5G home broadband, which will be a little bit faster. And that will be, well, a lot faster, but that'll be £29 up front with £34 per month. Like, both tremendous deals on tremendous devices. With both of those though, they are subject to location, so make sure you are heading to 3.co.uk, make sure you are popping in to the home broadband section, typing in your postcode, and that will show you exactly what's available. So we've got a bunch of different home broadband devices, but you can grab our 4G hub or a 5G hub and bundle in our amazing Apple TV 4K, which, I mean, like, we've shown you just how great it is. If you're a massive Apple user, you'll know exactly how well that works with all your different Apple products as well. So I definitely recommend having, a look on the website. I definitely recommend checking it out, because even with the home broadband solution, it is revolutionary, it's super simple and easy to set up. And personally, I love it. I'll be getting my own. I'll be playing all my games on it from now on, because it's a nice, simple, laid-back experience. I don't have to have the underside of my TV cluttered with, set-top boxes and stuff like that. And the cool thing is for me is I'm not looking for a particular, big massive bundle where, I'm paying for fixed line broadband with, a TV package that I'm probably never going to watch all those channels. Everything I watch right now is pretty much Netflix and Amazon Prime and everything that we can get on these apps. So the cool thing, especially for me, is that I'm watching all these just now on my laptop because I don't have a great big screen solution, but Apple now has that answer, and they've given us it in such a nice small form factor that it fits really well next to my TV. They've given us the best remote that I've ever used on any smart product, and I love it because most smart TVs have terrible remotes, and it's 4K HDR. And the cool thing is I'm not relying on something that's built into the TV, and I know that Apple support is phenomenal as well. So definitely check this out, guys. Head to 3.co.uk and you can grab yourself your own Apple TV 4K and bundle that with a 4G or 5G home broadband, because it is truly phenomenal and it is something that I think is brilliant. So definitely head on, definitely have a look. And yeah, I'm all round kind of loving the whole experience. I'm a massive Apple user and everything works super well together, and it's something that I cannot stress enough. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this. If you have, make sure you head over to 3.co.uk and you can check out 3 Live. We are on the hour, every hour. If you want to know more about the Apple TV, that's where you can ask any questions that you might have. But other than that, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you soon.